So have a look at the output here. We are going to study two properties of our tables. Okay, the properties are called as column span and row span. Now we have in the so far examples we have just created singular rows and like singular rows without any merging of the cells, and even columns that we have created are singular. We have not merged two or more cells together. So you have two properties called as column span and row span, which you can specify for your row. So you have a look here. You can see here the top four rows. That is, you have item description, then these items that are listed, box, case, and waste paper baskets. So all this structure, the basic structure, we have studied, and you can do it. Now coming to the next one, where subtotal is mentioned, you can see that in the subtotal section. Okay, you this is the row. Okay, let me just annotate here. So this is one row here, subtotal. Now, if you just look at this particular row, it is having only two columns, right? This is the first column, and where this price is written, this is the second column. So this property called column span will help you to merge more than two rows, will help you to merge more than two columns. And when we talk about the property, the row span, which is the opposite of this. Okay, first let us see the first one, that is the column span, where we are able to merge two or more columns. So again here in the next one, that is this tax row, you can see that altogether we have had here four columns are there, but in this particular row called as tax, we just have three columns. So which means we have merged these two. We have merged these two columns into one. Similarly for the last one again, just same as the subtotal, where we have merged three columns, item description, quantity, and at the rate, and this last one is as it is. So let us try to implement this property now. So what I have done is, I have created these three basic. I'm sure you are able to do now. I'm going to now randomly call out your names, and you will have to tell me how would you create this table. Okay, I just want you to tell me how this basic structure is going to be created. If you do not answer, I'm going to remove you out from the meeting. You at least have to respond yes or no. Answering is fine. If you answer wrong, I do not mind. But if you are not responding, I'm going to remove you from the meeting, and the meeting is going to be locked. So you cannot join back the meeting again. And this report is going to be submitted. So you make sure you are attentive in the class. Let's start now. Roll number 679, Akshata. Which tag will you use, Akshata, to create the table? Hello, are you there in the meeting?
Yes, sir.
Which tag will you use to create a table? Ashwini Kangralkar.
Yes, ma'am.
Which tag do we use to create a table tag?
Ma'am, first we have to use TR, and then for table heading we have to use TH, and for table data we have to use TD tag.
Okay. Akshata, roll number 679. Listen to my question properly. Which tag do you use to create the table tag? You already have the answer there. Can you answer now? Roll number 691, Krunal.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, if we have studied certain properties, okay, so have a look here. the table here is at the center of the page. So which tag do you think we need to implement here to get this table at the center of the page? I guess Krunal is out of the meeting now. He's not responding. Can you tell me, Krunal, which tag do we need to use? Even a wrong guess will do.
Wrong. Don't know, ma'am.
Don't know. Did you not attend the previous class? So have a look here. The basic structure is ready. Okay, now let us move to creating those row spans and column spans here. Let me just split the screen. Okay, so first of all, let us go to the table tag here. Observe what I've done. I've just created a table with one row with the headings and 3 rows with the normal data. That is a TD tag. So I've specified the border here. Let me make use of the tag line, and I'm going to specify in double quotes its value as center. Okay. Now next thing, we will come towards the end of our last row, that is this waste paper baskets. So we need to create a row with this table heading. So let me first make use of the TR tag. So I have created a row now. In this row, okay, I need a heading. Have observed the first cell here. The first cell is in bold, which means it is a table heading. So let me write the TH tag and let me specify its value, the title there as subtotal, and I'm going to close this. Now you can see here in the output, this subtotal is displayed as a merging of, with the merging of 3 columns that are present. Okay, so we just have a single column. So for this particular table heading, I'm going to specify the property COLSPAN, that is called as column span. In double quotes, I need to give a numeric value now. Okay, so what numeric value will you specify? You are going to specify the numeric value of how many columns you want to merge and convert it into a single column. So I want to merge 3 columns. Okay, so I'll write the value as 3. So these 3 columns will be joined together and made into a single column. So this much is done. Next thing, we need to specify another another data there, that is the price that is mentioned. So I'm going to make use of the TD tag now, and the value I'm going to specify that is given there. So this much is done. Let us save this and refresh and check if the changes are implemented. So see, we are able to move the table at the center of the page, and also we are able to merge these 3 columns into a single column. So similarly, we need to create the last 2 also. Saudharma is there in the meeting?
Yes, ma'am.
Which tag should I use, Saudharma? Can you help me? So we'll make use of the TR tag again to create the row, right? So inside this,
Yes, ma'am.
So I need a heading now. I need to create the row for the tax 7% and the price there, 42 rupees 0.76. So we will first have the heading. So which tag we use?
TH tag.
Correct.
TH,
We'll
ma'am.
use TH. Correct. Let me write the value there. And I'm going to close this. Now I again have to, if you observe there in the output there, okay, this particular tax row is merged, right? So I need to specify the property now here again inside my th. Let me write the specify the property there, column span. But what numeric value will I give now? Can anyone tell?
2.
2. Correct. We just want to merge two columns into a single column. And similarly, we require 2 more TD tags there. Yet another TD tag to specify the value. So let us check if we have ended our row tag. Okay, so we need to end the row tag here. So let's refresh and check. So yes, we are getting. So similarly for the last one, again, what will be the value for the column span here for the total?
Again
3.
3.
Again 3. Correct. So I need to specify it again in the th tag. See, you can also specify the column span or the row span attribute, no? Even for the td tag. It is not mandatory that you always specify in the heading. So we will write here. Let's refresh. So we have got the output. Now similarly, let us have a look at the row span. Have a look at this particular output here. The table is left aligned only by default. It is not center aligned now. So first of all, you can see here you have 3 rows, okay, horizontal rows. They are called horizontal lines are called as rows here. Now you can see here when we come to the second row where you have the word favorite, okay, 2 rows are merged into a single cell. Similarly for the last row where you have least favorite, 2 rows are again merged into a single row. And here in the first row, first 2 cells, both the cells here are empty. So let's try to do this example. Let us take a new file. We'll just erase this off and continue it in the same. Let us change the caption. So coming to the first tag here, what do we need to specify now within the table? Can anyone tell whether it has to be a th or a td?
TR.
Okay, first tr, correct.
Then I think it will be row span of merging 2 rows.
So where shall I specify the property for row span? Okay, the property name is row span, correct. So shall I
After TR.
after tr? Okay. Okay, we'll do one thing. First, we will try to create these empty cells. Okay, first we need to concentrate here. Let me annotate it. We will just concentrate on this row. So one row is created. Inside this row, I need 2 empty cells now. Because here we need not specify any row span or column span. Next, we need to, in this row, first row, we need to create another 2 columns which contain the data, the heading as Bob and Alice. Okay. So another heading. So if you understand this now, as you said, we need to specify the row span. Row span is to be specified when we move on to the second row or the third row, and the third row rather. First row is perfect. It is equally distributed and having 4 columns here. Now let me save this and check the output. Then we can decide whether we need to specify the row span or the column span. Okay, so this is how we are getting the first row. Now let us continue again. Let me close this. Let us have another row. So in the second row, my first cell is in bold, so I require a table heading. So I'm going to specify the TH tag. Let me write the heading there. We'll just save and let's have a look at the output. Correct? So this is how we are getting it. Now, in this particular, these 2 cells need to be merged where the favorite word is mentioned. So here, inside the TH again, I'm going to specify the value row span. So can you guess what is going to be the numerical value here?
2.
2. Correct. Let's save again. Come back and check this. Okay. So now whether it is implemented or not, we will be understanding when we continue with the remaining data here. Let's come back again.
I think we should create another row
Yes.
and then mention the row span, then
Row
it will reflect.
Yeah. So we'll come down to this. So first what I'm going to do is I will just continue with these. I'll just create these 2 more headings here. Okay. We have color and flavor here. Let me specify it. So we require another TH tag. So let's save this. Okay. Now, see, you're getting favorite, color and flavor in the same row. Favorite, color and flavor, whereas flavor has to come at the bottom. So now we will just create this row first. Okay. So what I need to remove this. Have a look here. Since I've written a TH tag in the same row, we're getting it horizontally. I need to move this at the bottom of this color. So what I will do is instead of specifying here TH, what do I need to specify now? Can you tell?
TD.
TD, correct. So we'll make it TD and we'll give the respective values here. Another TD tag we need. And let's specify the next value. So this much is done. Okay, so this we have achieved. Now at the bottom of the color, we will require another TH. Okay. So now again I need to specify a row tag as Sanjana said, right? We will specify a row tag here below this. So inside this again we need to give a heading. And what is going to be the value of the heading? Do we need to again give any row span there?
No, ma'am.
No, correct. So let's give the value. Let me just copy paste these datas. And the TR tag also needs to be ended. So we are able to merge two rows into a single row, right? So in the same way, we will have to do for the last one also. So what is the tag? Let us orally do it. One row tag. The same way, okay, one row tag, you specify another heading. Let me continue it better. I'm going to create another row. Okay, in this row, we are going to have the last part, this thing. This thing we need. So one row is created. Now inside this row, I will require two headings. First, let me specify the first one, the first heading, and let me specify its attribute row span. And let me specify it to be 2. So again inside this, I'll just specify the values, that is color and flavor again. So which tag again do we require here? We will require a TD or TH.
TH.
First a TH tag specifying the color, and then a TD tag. So what does come in the TD tag?
Yellow
Right,
and
two colors. Okay. So the TR tag is ended. It should, let's see if it's reflecting. So we have, so the moment you create the last part, you can see that the particular column is merged. The row is merged. So let's come back here. Let me try to copy this last one. Only these values are going to change. Okay. Now have a look here and tell me which part of this code needs to change.
Ma'am, closing of TR.
This has to close. Let's refresh. Correct. So we have achieved the output here. So I hope you have understood these two properties. Let's move on to the next property also. Okay, now whatever table we created, you did not have any colors there. I mean, we did not implement any background, neither did we have any border color. So you have certain properties for the tables also. Just like when I wanted to align the table at the center, I made use of the align property which we have used before. So we can, one thing is you can use CSS along with HTML. But till now I have been teaching you purely HTML. We have not implemented anywhere CSS because CSS is there in the next part of this. So once we come there, you will learn it. So here, if you are trying to want to implement certain features like having the background color, or you want to have a background image as for the table, you can implement it using HTML also. So first, let me show you the output. We'll do one thing. We'll close these. Okay. let's have a look at this particular output here, which is displayed. So you can see this particular thing is just like the one we did, black and white, and just borders are there, and row span and column span properties are implemented. Now what I will do is, for the table, for this, let me specify a property called as border color, and you can give the color names, solid color names. Let me save this. So you can see the border is for the entire table is getting affected when I specify it in my table tag. Okay. Likewise, what I will do is I will remove this. Okay, I'll just cut this property and I'll try to implement it only for one particular row. Let us say we will implement it in the first row only. Let us see how the effects are. Okay, so here for this one particular row, the border color is not applied. Fine. Now what I will do is, let me again take this off from here. Let me come back to our table tag. Now let me specify another value here for the background. Instead of specifying the background color, I will specify an image. So again, whenever you are specifying the image, you need to make sure it exists in the same folder as where you have saved this file, or you give the entire path for that particular image if it is not getting displayed. So refresh this. Okay, so we have got the background. Let us specify two more properties, that is adjusting the width for the table. Again, width and height can have two values. Either you give numerical values, the whole numbers, or you can specify it in terms of percentage, or you can specify it in terms of pixels. Randomly, I'm just, without considering the ratio of width and height, I'm just specifying it randomly here. So you can see your table size has increased. Now the background color property, what I will do is, okay, I'll come to this particular, the second row here, okay, where row span is specified, and inside this, let me try to write background color. Save this. The property name is bg color. We'll come back and refresh. Let us reduce the height of this particular table. Okay. So now you can see here you have with the properties, okay, you can specify the background color only for one cell also, and you can specify it for your entire table also. If you want to specify it for the entire table, you will have to remove it from here, okay, and put it for the table tag. Now we have specified the background color also, and we have specified the background also. So see which one is getting implemented here. You have the background image. So if you want to apply the background color, you need to remove this property, save it, and refresh. So you can see you are able to again implement the background color for the entire table. So we have these few properties for the table tag, which are border color. Let us try to apply the border color again. Let me specify. the border color. Let's see if it is getting implemented here in the table. So we have got it. So let us try to again just implement it, check whether it is getting implemented only for one particular heading or one particular row. Okay, let me specify it only for this. Okay, so you should observe now here we have certain properties. Okay, when I applied background color, BG color, I can apply it only for one particular cell or one particular row. Background image, if you specify again in the table tag, we could implement it for the entire table. Let us try to apply the same background image only for one particular heading or one particular cell there. So the property is background, and let me specify its value, the image with the extension. So you can see images there only for one particular cell. The only property which did not apply was the border color. Border color was getting applied for your entire table and not only for one particular heading or only one particular cell. So rest of the properties, width and height, definitely for the entire table. Let us also remove these two properties from the table. Let us check if we can apply it only for any one particular heading, one particular row. Let me specify it here for the table heading. So width and height for a particular cell or a particular row again can be applied. So these are some of the properties. We will explore a few more properties. I will give you the list so you can experiment with applying these different properties. Now I will give you an assignment. I want you to try doing it. Okay. Have a look at this output now. You take the screenshot of this. Take the screenshot of this. You try to do it. This is basically a nested table. Okay. A table, the outer table is having 2 rows and 2 columns. In the first row and in the first cell, it again has a table, and inside that table again it is having 3 rows and 2 columns. These rest of the cells contain just single data. There is no nesting there. They are basically singular cells. But the first one here, where name and salary is there, it is a table within a table. So take a screenshot of this. This is your assignment 1 first question. So you try to code this, and you can, in the next class, you can tell me whether you are able to do it or not. If not, we will do it together. But I want you to try this nesting of tables. Okay. Take a screenshot, all of you. Now have a look at another property here. Okay, we'll just have a look at the output for this particular program. So this is the output. So we have already seen this. We are able to create such kind of rows and columns. So you have the properties here: T head, that is table head, T body, table body, and T foot, that is table foot. So T head and T foot are basically like header and footer for the sample Word document. Even if you have a Word document, you have a header and footer for that. These behave in a similar way. Okay, they are header and a footer. Then you have the table body, in which we are going to specify this creation of the table tag. Have a look at the code here. Where I have, this is my first row, fine. That is the heading. So for the heading, I can specify this particular table head, T head property. That is for this section. I'm talking about this section. For this, I have specified the T head property, and inside that I have created the row. This January and February, these both rows are specified in the table body, that is T body. And the last one is T foot, that is table footer. See here, this is the table body. So inside that I have 2 rows, Jan and Feb, and I have closed the T body tag. Then I have opened the T foot tag, and I have just written the some other total there. Okay. Now, what is the use of this table header and this table footer? Because the output is looking pretty much same here, right? So what is the purpose is, whenever you must have seen you have very large tables to display on the web page, and you want the heading to be fixed, you want the total to be fixed, but you can scroll the body of the table. You can have a scroll bar here. So when you want to implement such a feature, you can make use of this table header, body and the footer. So for that, we will make use of CSS. So with the help of CSS, we will make only the table body section, only this section to be scrollable. Both the header and the footer will not move. Only the body will be able to scroll. So when you want to implement such features, you can make use of header, body and the footer property of your table tag. So that's it for today. You people can drop in your